And we told you about that interview with the farmer, politician, actor, entertainer, and a serial entrepreneur, John Setor Dumelo. He's here in flesh and blood. Good morning. How are you, John?
Oh, good morning, John.
You're good.
Oh, Johnny.
Whichever way is the same thing. Good to see you.
Good to see you, boss. How are you?
I'm greater than Accra.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Farmer, politician, serial entrepreneur, actor.
Yeah.
Do you still act?
Yes, I still act.
Latest movie?
Well, two of them are going to come out pretty soon, but I still act. Last year I did a couple of series. Even this year I did a couple of series. I mean, I still make time. And I mean, because most of the producers know this is an election year and so on and so forth, you know, they schedule or they give me the schedule in a nice way so that I can act and go back to my my acting, my politics and the farming and so on and so forth. So yes, I still act.
Santo Kofi Akpafu Likpe and Lolobi. That's where you are the NDC's parliamentary candidate.
No,
for.
I'm the NDC Parliamentary candidate for Ayawaso-West Wuogon.
Okay. I just asking. No, I just want to be sure. So Ayawaso-West Wuogon.
Yes.
That's where you are now. I've seen you crisscrossing the Legon campus.
Yes.
Why are you doing that?
Well, Johnny, anybody who is involved in Ayawaso-West politics will tell you that Legon is almost always the deciding factor. I mean, Legon is like a huge constituency on its own. I mean, you have, the last time we did the registration, you had over 20,000 registered voters on Legon campus. Now I'm sure it's going to balloon to maybe 30 or 35,000 because of the first years. So you have first, second, third years who still don't have voters ID card. And so Legon is very crucial to whoever becomes the next member of parliament. And it's not just me. If you sometimes look at what the MP does, she's also on Legon almost every day because she also knows that Legon is a deciding factor. And so crisscrossing Legon is very crucial to us, or in fact it's very crucial to me, and convincing the students that this is the time that they need to vote for a young man. This is the time they need to vote for John Dumelo, and this is the time they need to vote for somebody who can move the constituency forward and also have their interest at heart.
And so far they have warmed up to you.
Clearly.
What have you been telling them?
In fact, I've been doing less talking and more of listening, because sometimes you have to listen to them. You have to listen to what their concerns are, and their concerns are a lot. In 2020, I listened to them. Most of them wanted laptops. I gave out some laptops. 2024, one of the major things they're talking about is accommodation issues. Now you'd realize that whenever I go to campus, first year is in, out, out. So of course, after first year, most of the students have to look for their own accommodation, and getting accommodation in and around Legon campus is actually quite it's a Herculean task. They have the money to rent the rooms, but there are no rooms available. And so some go as far as Hacho, some go as far as Medina, some go as far as Adenta. I mean, I'm talking about those who live further away from Accra. And so accommodation is a big issue, and that's one thing I'll tackle as soon as I become the member of parliament, is to, lobby for the construction of affordable hostel facilities for most of these university students so that they can, be in a very conducive environment for their education.
What else is your bigger vision? I mean, you've spoken about hostels. But if somebody should decide between John Dumelo and Lydia Al-Hassan, why should anybody choose you?
I think my bigger vision, number two, is security. Security is very important. I mean, yesterday I said it on a different platform that Ayawaso-West is fast becoming the economical hub of Accra. Most offices have their headquarters there. You have shops, you have restaurants. Now, if anybody wants to open a new restaurant or a shop or, a lounge or something, they think of East Legon first because, they see it to be almost the center of Accra now. And we want people to be able to come and have fun and spend in East Legon or spend in Ayawaso-West knowing that the security, your security is assured. We don't want you to come and your car is broken into, your phone is snatched and so on and so forth. So security is very important. But that is a subset of lighting up Ayawaso-West Wuogon because most of the places are dark. And of course, thieves thrive in, dark places. And so lighting up Ayawaso-West Wuogon is equally important to me. And so security lighting up Ayawaso-West Wuogon, and generally having a conducive environment for businesses to thrive. And also, once businesses thrive, a lot of the constituents would have jobs to do, and that is very important for me. And one of the things I'm trying to champion is that whoever comes to open a restaurant or a business or set up whatever facility in Ayawaso-West Wuogon, you should at least give a quota of employment to the inhabitants of Ayawaso-West Wuogon.
The demographics of your constituency is unique.
Yeah.
Same as the class, a very interesting mix. So you have the folks at East Legon, which you spoke about.
Yeah.
Then you come to a bit of the Jolu area, then you have Blinkpe.
All of Jolu.
Yes. Then, so those are high-end areas.
Yeah.
Then in between the Labaoleshi and they have their own level.
Yeah, day-to-day.
How is it easy or difficult trying to weave through all of these different sets of people with a message that says, okay, I'll provide hostels, security, I'm looking at it being an economic hub and all of that. How easy or difficult is it?
Well, it's pretty easy because I've been in Ayawaso-West for so many years, and so I've lived with the people, I've lived with them. I have friends who work there, I have friends who stay there, and so I have grown with them, and I know what their problems are, and I know what they need. Of course, the problem of somebody living in, the ambassadorial area in East Legon is different from somebody who lives in Mimpasem or Baleshi. And so it's about targeted responses to their needs. Okay, so somebody who lives here, this is what they need. Somebody who lives here, this is what they need. And so it's easy. And once you listen to them, you'll be able to coin your message towards them. Of course, you're not going to, what you're going to say to somebody in Jolu is different from what you're going to say to somebody in Aigbe town, because they're, two different sets of people. And so the good thing is I've lived with them for so many years. I know what their problems are, and because of that, we coin certain messages to suit their needs.
Farmer John.
Yes, sir.
That's your name on Twitter.
Yeah.
How is farming doing?
Amazing.
When you say amazing, I don't understand. Explain.
Amazing amazing in the sense that it gives me great joy when you plant something, you nurture it, you harvest it, you sell it off, and you see people enjoying the fruits of your labor. So when I say it's amazing, it's amazing.
What do you plant?
I do cabbage, I do ginger, I have poultry, I have grass cutters, I have cattle, I have goats.
You abandoned the snail farming.
You know the story, right? No, but I think these days it's coming back to me. I mean, I still need to.
You're seeing it in a soup, or you're seeing
no.
it
I'm seeing it in a commercial, in a commercial form. I'm looking at it in a commercial form.
I see.
Yes.
I see you're adding value to ginger.
Yes.
Why that?
Look, I feel that we need to scale up what Agric is all about. And one of the things that President Mahama has said is that he's going to invest more into agribusiness. And agribusiness is just about farming. It's about, okay, those who farm are there, those who are adding value to what those who farm are also there. And adding value is important. It would interest you to know that whatever you add value to a product, of course, you can sell it 2 or 3 times the price. Not because you're greedy, but because that is what it's supposed to be.
Right.
And so I grew ginger. I've grown ginger for so many years, and I realized that, okay, why don't you turn it into paste? Because once you harvest the ginger and you sell it to somebody, they now have to peel it, they have to blend it, and so on and so forth. So why don't you create that product already for them? And I've been selling that for the last 2-3 years, and it's doing well. So adding value is something that we need to cultivate the habit of in Ghana. When you read our test books so many years ago, they would say that Ghana is, agric is the backbone of economy, blah, 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 and we export for foreign exchange. But they never said, and we add value for foreign exchange, And so I think it's about time we look at these things and know that adding value is pretty much important.
But these are things that people at the Agric Ministry, our Agric Minister, they are very much aware of it. One would wonder why they don't do it. Do you know? Have you hazarded
adding value?
Yeah.
I really don't know. I mean, something that if I meet the Agric Minister, I'll ask him that why are we not, championing adding value to whatever it is that we produce, instead of just thinking about, okay, farmers, you farm, you harvest, why don't we farm, harvest, and add value to whatever it is? And then, it can also create some line of employment for those who want to get into farming or into agric but don't want to do the farming.
The government in power promised, and you are a creative person, the government in power promised that we're going to have theaters in all the regions. I'm sure you heard that.
Yes.
And some of your colleagues, were part of Creative Art for Change. They voted for it, they campaigned for it, and all of that. 8 years down the line, we can't find the theaters. How does that make you feel as a creative person?
I mean, one, I'm sad, The reason being, of course, when I listened to them in 2016 talking about they are going to create theaters, as somebody coming from the creative space, I was equally happy, because that's one of the problems of producers in this country, that when you produce a film, you should be able to premiere it across the country, or when you have a play, you should be able to have a performance in almost each of these regions, and you don't have space. And so when I listened to them in 2016, I was like, oh, okay, I mean, this would probably work. But 8 years down the line, like you said, nothing has happened. And quite frankly, I'm not surprised, or Ghanaians are not surprised, because they came with a lot of promises and nothing has been done. I mean, I'm yet to see just one theater that they say, oh, we have finished this theater and so this is working. I'm yet to see one. I mean, it's almost 8 months till they leave power, and I'm yet to see something that they said they would do for the creative space. And what, for lack of a better word, what annoys me is, every election time, they will come for the creative arts people. Oh, do a song for me. Oh, come on my campaign trail. Oh, you're an actor. Do this. Come and campaign for me. Yet, they are not. What are they doing for the creative space? Nothing. Equally nothing.
What would John Mahama do for the creatives?
And that is why our manifesto will come out around June or July, and everything is spelled out about what John Mahama is going to do for the creative.
But you certainly have been consulted in that direction.
Oh yes, I have. But how we are releasing the 24-hour economy and other flagship programs, what the creative art industry, what is going to benefit the creative art industry is what will,
Tell me about the 24-hour economy, especially what you told the people of Mimpasem, for example, about the 24-hour economy.
Fortunately or unfortunately, when they launched the One District, One Factory, still I'm yet to see one factory in Ayawaso-West Wuogon. Now, that's one. Two, the 24-hour economy is a simple policy that involves the private sector. One, my father used to work in a factory. He used to work in Electoral, which they make, they produce gas, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and so on and so forth. And I remember those things when I used to go and visit him. And when I go to the factory with him, by 6, 7, the workers are finished, or they've closed, and then the next morning they come again. So pretty much what John Mahama is saying is that, why should factories shut down? Why can't they work 24 hours? Why can't a new set or shift come from 5 o'clock to 12? Another shift comes from 12 to 6, so that we work 24 hours round the clock. And that is going to create multiple streams of income for those who have been employed. That is going to create a lot of employment for the youth. And so whenever I go to Mimpasam or Balishi and I'm speaking to them, I say that, look, what John Mahama is saying for you is that when it's 6 or 7 and all of you are gathered around playing Spa and Ludo and all these things, and you're not doing that because you probably like Spa and Ludo, you're doing that because you don't have employment. What John Mahama is saying that you can be employed when it comes when it comes into power, because you would get employment. So those factories that have been shut down,
right,
are going to keep on working. And what is in it for those factories? One, you're going to get tax incentives. Two, you're going to get reduced electricity tariffs. I was speaking to a man, a good friend of mine who has a factory, and he says, John, I use a lot of electricity because I use heat to seal my stuff. And if John Mahama is saying that he's going to give me reduced electricity tariffs, that means I'm going to use that electricity in the evenings because it's going to reduce my cost of production. And that's simply what John Mahama is saying, that the country shouldn't shut down after 5. The country can still go on after 5 till the next day. In fact, 365 days a year, because it's running a 24-hour economy. You and I have traveled. So when you travel or when you speak to your friends, Charlie, they go job. I have night shift. I mean, and these things can be done in the day. But why are they doing it in the night? Because things need to run 24 hours.
But your lights have not stayed on. Your lights have been going off. In fact, this morning, if we do a scan, people will tell you their lights are off.
Well, that's the fault of the MPP.
In the evening, if you do a scan, they'll say the lights are off. They say Dumelo is what you bequeathed onto them before you left power.
No, but John Mahama fixed it. I mean, this debate has gone on. John Mahama fixed the Dumelo before he left power in 2016, and we all know it. And now Dumelo has come back, and you are failing to let the people know Dumelo has come back because you simply don't want to bring out a timetable. Yesterday, my lights went off. But I was saying that, why can't you just say that my lights are going, just bring a timetable so that we can plan. It's as admit your mistakes. That's all that Ghanaians are saying. We are not saying the problems are there. The lights are off. People are sleeping in heat. People are sleeping in darkness. People are losing money because of their business. Just bring the plan so that the timetable so that we can plan our lives and plan our businesses around this timetable. It's as simple as that. I don't know how hard that is.
Your people in the creative sector, they went onto the street with Dumelo must stop vigil.
Yeah.
Very good friends, Yvonne Nelson, Prince David Osei, Van Vika, all of them. They still lie in this country, but they are not holding another vigil.
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
Well, I think it's a question you should ask them. I think
they're your friends.
Yeah, but maybe you should ask them. Maybe I think we should just ask them why they are not holding another vigil. They should hold another vigil. Another vigil should. I mean, yesterday there was a vigil held in Kumasi, or Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday.
And I think it's something that should be held across the country. Just bring the timetable. That's it. And you see, once you
Minister says go and bring your own timetable.
I'm still trying to
help yourself.
I'm still trying to draw my own timetable, and I think several Ghanaians are also trying to draw their own timetable. But the truth of the matter is, just admit we have a generational gap or generation gap, and just admit that we don't have money to buy fuel. Just admit so that we know that we can plan.
But the government cannot admit generational problems because they said you bought excess power that you didn't use. I'm sure you heard that.
Yes, of course. Yes.
So it's not a problem of generation.
So then
as far as that argument is concerned.
So then why is the light off?
I don't know.
So then why did they remove 6 of the units and take it to Kumasi? You still need fuel to power those plants, and you renamed it something you didn't buy, something that the NDC started and completed, something that you came to so-called renegotiate, which the president said he was misled. Now that you've taken it to Kumasi, what are you producing? Nothing.
Exchange rate. You're a farmer.
Yeah.
You import stuff as well. How does it hit you?
It hits me hard. And, you know, when sometimes I listen to the argument of the MPP talking about, our rate of depreciation is far less than what the NDC exhibited. And I always say that when you are going to buy stuff or you're going to change money into dollars or pounds, you don't go there and say, I beg, I want to buy this with rate of depreciation or percentage. No. If NDC, when NDC was leaving power, the exchange rate was 4.2. Now it's 14.3 or 14.4. Of course, when you're ordering something online, or at least 14. That means I need 14 cedis to $1. Right. That's against 4 cedis to $1 during NDC's time. And then you tell me that, the percentage is far lower. We don't use percentages to buy stuff. We use physical money. Now I need 14 times of 1 cedi to purchase $1. And you tell me that you are better managers of the economy. How does that make sense? How does that, hold water? And as a farmer, you buy inputs. You buy fertilizer. You buy weedicides. You buy pesticides. You import machinery. And so if a few years ago I was importing machinery at 4 or 5 cedis to the dollar, now it's 14 cedis, and you tell me they are better managers of the economy, I beg to differ. You are worse. And so it's affecting us. And the truth is, once it's affecting me, I'll hand it down to the consumer.
Yeah.
Because you have to put that cost in. I can't keep on reducing if my profit is 5 cedis, I can't keep on reducing it to 1 cedi or 1.5 cedis from 5 cedis because the cedi is depreciating. No, I have to hand it out to the consumer, because I also have to make money. I have workers to pay. I have to expand my business. I cannot go for loans because interest rates are high. So it is my profits that you use to expand your business. And so if the exchange rate is becoming worse, and you tell me you're better managers of the economy, I'm sorry, you are worse.
Bottom line, the government has failed?
Oh, clearly, and they need to get out.
But I mean, the government elements won't agree to what you're saying. They won't agree to it because they've been telling us about COVID, Russia, Ukraine. They say your position, you're poo-pooing everything they do. You see no good in them, and you've heard those narratives, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
And you still stand by what you're saying?
Russia, Ukraine affected almost every country in this world. At a point in time, food inflation was 65% in 2003, January. At this point, it's 27%, almost 30%. It is still high. Russia and Ukraine, are they still not fighting? Yeah. Other countries, don't they have their food inflation down? Don't they have their inflation down? But Russia and Ukraine are still fighting. So that means the problems it's not really Russia and Ukraine. The problem is the whole mismanagement of the economy. That is the issue.
I can imagine the number of young people who come to you looking for jobs.
Yeah.
And at the last count, our unemployment rate is almost 15%.
Yeah.
How do you feel when the young people walk up to you, say, John, give us something to do? Because they've heard that you're a farmer, you're an entrepreneur, you're this, you're that. How do you feel? I
feel extremely sad. I feel sad because of certain things that this government promised and they failed to deliver. 1D, 1F is going to create a lot of jobs. We don't know where the jobs are. And then, one village, one dam, 1 million, one constituency, some slogan like that. It's sad when people, and I get messages all the time. Somebody will say, John, I finished, today I got a message, I finished agric engineering, I think from UDS, and I've been home for 4 years. I can't find a job. Just find me something to do. He doesn't even want to do the agric engineering. He just said, John, just
something to put body and soul together.
Just find me something, somewhere to, just place me somewhere. Every day I get CVs. And I try my possible best to link them up to, organizations and corporations that I know. But there's a limit to how or what I can do because, of course, the spaces are limited.
Right.
So it hurts me when, people, the government will come and say they've created it. But where are the jobs? But the truth of the matter is, on the 7th of December, the people of Ghana would vote for the truth. And the truth is the NDC government. The truth is the 24-hour economy that is going to give them more jobs. Because clearly, for the last 8 years, this government has failed. And so it hurts me. There's no country in this world that you don't have unemployment.
Right.
But the level is what we are talking about. The percentage is what we are talking about. And it's the people who are suffering, and it's the people who need the jobs. And once the people don't have jobs, that's how come Galamsey is going up in the hinterlands. That's why all these people need to eat, and people need the jobs.
Right.
And so the government has failed in this direction.
How would you rate your contender or opponent in Ayawaso-West Wuogon, Lydia Al-Hassan, in terms of her delivery so far as a member of parliament?
I think her delivery has been shambolic.
Why would you say that?
If you ask what she has done in the last 6 years, because she came in 2019, in the last, let's say, 6 years, nothing. I mean, what are the projects that she's done in Ayawaso-West? Nothing, next to nothing. If you ask the people of Airport and Roman Ridge, what has Lydia done in Airport and Roman Ridge? Nothing. If you ask the people of Mimpasem, what has Lydia done in Mimpasem? Nothing. If you ask them in Barlisi, what has Lydia done in Barlisi? Nothing. The only thing she's doing is just sharing rice and oil to the people and say, oh, Montomami. People are above rice and oil.
What do they need?
They need jobs. They need infrastructure. They need opportunities. They need to put bread and butter on their table. They need to fend for their families. And that is jobs. So you can't just keep on every election time, then you come and then already the roads that are good, you come and put some asphalt on it and take some pictures and say, oh, we are working. You're not doing anything. I just wish somebody would just ask, okay, what have you done in Airport? And what have you done in Jolo? What have you done in Abelempi?
You're looking for tangible projects. Yeah. But that's not the job of the MP.
But the job of the MP is to lobby.
Right.
Your job is to go and make laws. That's fine.
She's on the front bench of the side of the majority.
The whip.
Yes.
Yes, she was. That's why she whipped her MPs in line to vote for the e-levy, to vote for the bed tax. bed tax.
Bed tax, yeah.
Exactly. So when you whip your colleagues in line to come and vote for e-levy, when you whip your colleagues, and she was the deputy chief whip, clearly she whips the people in line. So when you whip your MPs in line to come and vote for e-levy, to come and vote for the bed tax, and then now you go back to the constituency and say, vote for me so that I can be your next MP. How is that possible? Because the people are suffering because of you. She should be blamed for that, because if you didn't whip your MPs in line, we wouldn't be suffering.
But we needed the money.
The e-levy that supposedly was, suddenly the magic wand to all our problems. The problems are even worse at this point.
Because you didn't allow them to take what they wanted to take. They wanted 1.5. Your side in Parliament said, no, 1% or nothing.
But they still took a percentage.
They still took it, yes.
And things are worse.
3FM 92.7.
Johnny, things are worse. So if they wanted 1.5 and NDC will say, okay, 1, or NDC even opposed to the e-levy, we opposed it entirely.
Right.
And then you whipped your MPs in line, and now you are in Ayawaso-West campaigning that people should vote for you to be MP again, so that you go and whip people in line again for worse conditions. No, it's not going to be.
You said the young people will be angry with
Of course. Yesterday I was trying to do some transactions. E-levy alone, 50 Ghana. Johnny. So I was like, so if I can, and that is me. So how much more the people on the ground who, when they send, maybe they will charge you 2 cedis, 3 cedis, 4 cedis, 5 cedis. Every day you are making as a transaction. And it's the fault of Lydia Hassan, because she whipped her MPs in line to vote for the e-levy and to vote for the bet tax that John Mahama said he would abolish when he comes to power.
Dr. Bawumia says he will abolish those too.
Because Mahama said it first. You, Dr. Bawumia, that you are vice president. You can't abolish it now. Abolish it now.
He doesn't have the power. He said he's a driver's mate.
Yet, he was the economical whiz kid. Yes, yet you deliver lectures on how to strengthen the city. Yes, the city is bad. Yet you prophesied so many economical things that Ghana is going to be on the path of this blah 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 blah. Now you say suddenly, when things are bad, suddenly you are not the one in charge. So when you come and you be in charge, when Ghanaians have suffered for so long, then you say that when you're in charge, you abolish the e-levy and you abolish the bet tax. No.
One of my interns just sent a message. He says, how is a big farmer like John Dumelo complaining about 50 cedis e-levy?
Bosu?
Yes, sir.
50 a day times 30, that's 1,005.
That's plenty money.
That'd be plenty money. Do you know what 1,005 can do for me?
That's somebody's salary.
That's somebody's salary. That's somebody's salary, because if I'm sending money to the farmers, if I'm sending money to go and purchase goods and services, if I'm doing things and every day I'm sending money on mobile money, and you are taxing me, then there's a problem. And the problem is Lydia Hassan, who whipped her MPs in line to vote for that task. Why do I always say task?
It's okay. It's a task as well for us as the citizens, because we are being taxed.
It's true.
We are being taxed to pay money that we don't want to pay.
Yes.
Anyway, listen to this.
Albeit late, but she made it. And she is here now. And the supporters of the MPs from nowhere have just prepared in their numbers. Waiting for their mother to come. And empty jail. The other side is here. and then
was say Ojenwo. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's the point.
I was say Ojenwo. Oh, sorry, Keke. I was say Obisemo. It's not an insult.
Chikasa and Emuchemo different.
You can't insult. You know, you can't come here. You have an ex. What was wrong with John.
And those are excerpts of the debate we had at Ayawaso-West Wuogon. 10 days to election 2020. John Dumelo and Lydia Al-Hassan, aka Ma Lydia, there, and then the voice you heard singing, that's Lydia Al-Hassan's voice there. And John Dumelo was not happy on that occasion that Lydia Al-Hassan has said that if you were Bajimba.
Yeah.
Looking back then and now, would you have reacted the same way?
Maybe I would have done worse. Yeah.
I don't understand.
Maybe I would have done.
I mean, when you came, you went to shake hands with the MPP supporters.
Yes.
You even gave some of them money.
Yes.
And then you sang with them, danced with them, came to sit down.
Yes.
How did you switch from that nice
because I was
John
insulted.
Dumelo that everybody
because I was insulted. She insulted me clearly. She clearly insulted me. Now look at what she was saying. I'm an angel for you. I mean, Charlie, this is not. No.
What is your relationship with the MP like? I've seen you subsequently with nice photos, holding hands, hugging each other, big sister, little brother.
No, there's not big sister, little brother matter. I mean, I'm taking her off the seat, and that's my objective. I mean, of course, I'm cordial with her when I see her in town. We greet each other. I mean, we meet at funerals. We greet each other. That's about it. But you know, she's feeling the heat, and you know, the heat is about to evolve into victory on my behalf.
You're confident?
Yes, I'm clearly confident that I'm going to win this election.
You said the same thing in 2020, and we didn't see the electoral victory in your favor.
In 2020, I reduced the NDC's, loss margin from 10,000 to 1,009. And so
that's impressive.
So it's impressive. So it's a gradual process. And so the first step was to win. But even if you didn't win, at that point you reduced the vote, and we reduced the and she actually reduced the NPP's votes in Ayawaso-West Wuogon. So I don't even know why she came again to contest, because clearly she's going to lose in 2024. And so 2024 is vigilance for us in Ayawaso. Of course, nationwide is vigilant, but in 2024 it's vigilance for us. It's vigilance for us in Ayawaso-West Wuogon. And in 2024 we know clearly we are going to win. We speak to people. We speak to people that hitherto in 2020 didn't vote for me. I meet them all the time. I met a guy yesterday. He said, John, I didn't vote for you in 2020. I said, why? He said,
he was honest.
Yeah, he was honest. He said, John, I didn't vote for you in 2020. I said, why? He said, but he said, John, in 2024, me, I'll vote for you.
What has changed?
Because he hasn't seen anything that the woman is doing. Because the woman promised so many things in 2020 and she hasn't done it. And so in 2024, he has changed his mind that, John, I am going to vote for you and I'm going to vote for President Mahama in 2024. That was yesterday. And every day I meet such people who, will say, John, I registered in your constituency to vote for you. Yeah, I voted. Some will say I voted for, some will say I didn't vote for you, but in 2024 I'm going to vote for you. That's why vigilance is very important.
Vigilance on the part of those who count your votes.
Yes, vigilance on the part of those who count our votes, vigilance on the polling station agents, and this is across the country, and vigilance on the part of everybody until the figures that are counted is the same figures that are recorded onto the pink sheet. Nobody should leave that polling station, because that is where they can switch it. And that's exactly what we are going to do.
You're going to stay there
exactly
and watch and see, make sure that everything is counted.
Everything is counted.
Accounted for.
Everything
signed
is
off.
Counted, accounted, and signed off. And those are the same figures that we are going to use, because the pink sheet is the legal document that if there's any bone of contention, you take it to the courts. But we need to make sure that everybody is vigilant. It's a new ogbele onime.
Are you suggesting that in 2020, in your constituency, for example, and maybe if you want to widen it to a national scale, the NDC was not vigilant enough?
We were vigilant.
Enough?
We were vigilant. But, I think one or two things happened. But, that's in the past. But we've learned from our mistakes. But what we are trying to say is 2024, we need to be very vigilant. Because if you look at several polls that have come out, they've put President Mahama in the lead. Not because those polls are inflated or not because those polls have been altered. But it has put President Mahama in the lead. And Mahama is, getting 39, 40, 41%. And so because of that, they know that they are losing. And the only way is, one, let's steal. But they can't steal because we are extra vigilant. We are policing every ballot box until the final declaration is done. And in Ayawaso-West, it's no different. And one of the things, and let me just use this opportunity to say that one of the things that she does in Ayawaso-West is she buses a lot of people into the constituency to come and register and vote for her.
Buses them from where?
All over. And so let me just send this warning that if you know that you've been contacted by MPP in Ayawaso-West Wuogon to come or anywhere to come to Ayawaso-West Wuogon to register and vote for Lydia, I beg, just stay where you are.
But what if they are registered voters in the constituency and they just want to come and vote, but they don't have the wherewithal to come?
And we've had several reports of people outside Ayawaso-West Wuogon coming into Ayawaso-West Wuogon, being brought by the MPP to come and register to vote for Lydia.
That's a serious thing to say.
Yes, and I know what I'm saying. If they like, they should deny. I know what I'm saying.
Their names are not on the register.
No, what I'm saying is,
okay.
So they go outside. Let's say Kaswa.
They don't live in the.
They don't live. They don't work. Nothing. But they bring them to Ayawaso-West to come and vote.
But that should have been stopped at the registration point.
Yeah, but there's a new registration coming.
Right.
And so they are insulting the intelligence of those who live and work already in Ayawaso-West Wuogon because the true reflection of their hearts is not Lydia Hassan. The true reflection is the NDC and the true reflection is John Dumelo.
So you say people come from elsewhere to come and take decisions for you.
Exactly.
Give you an MP.
Exactly.
And then go away back to their places.
Exactly. So I'm warning those people that don't you dare try. Kaka try. Don't come to Ayawaso-West Wuogon if you know you don't live and work there to come and register and vote for MPP.
What happened to the Legon students, the UPSC students, Wisconsin students, all those schools?
No, they are there.
Within your constituency,
yes,
who ordinarily do not live there, but because they are students, they come in and go.
Yeah, but they are students.
Okay.
And so by virtue of what they do as students, they work, they are schooling there. And so for 4 years they are there. And it is across the country, wherever you're schooling, of course you're obliged to register and vote there. And so that's different.
So you are saying that aside those people, any other person who is bussed, who doesn't live in the... How do you identify those people?
We know how to identify them. So they shouldn't even try it. They shouldn't try it.
Does John Dumelo bus people?
No, I don't. Why would I? Why would I bus people? I don't.
92.7.
I see. My guest is John Setor Dumelo. He's the NDC's parliamentary candidate for Ayawaso-West Wuogon. And your messages have been coming in. We'll read a few of your messages to John Dumelo. What does John do to relax?
I read.
What do you read?
I read. I read, but I do more of watching, YouTube, about farming, about Greek, I try to, acquire certain knowledge through social media.
Does John cook?
Cooking is relative.
Food, which is edible, in the kitchen.
I mean, if you cook yam, you boil yam and you peel yam, that's cooking, yes. Yeah. So I cook.
What you can eat?
I cook. You talked about that. I cook what I can eat. Okay. But yes, I cook.
Okay.
Yes.
Music.
Yeah.
What kind of music does John like?
Ooh, I
know you still act.
Yes.
Yeah, but what kind of music do you like?
Surprisingly, I like classical music. I like, pretty much classical music. I like rap. I like, some Ghanaian, cats, Sarkodie, Stonebwoy, Shatta, Black Sherif, Bisakede. I like Ghanaian music.
Sarkodie, Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale have been at each other's throat fighting recently. I mean, if you were to be a big brother advising them, what would you say to them?
Johnny, this matter.
No, they ask you, I beg you.
I beg.
Me too, I beg you.
Me too, I beg you.
Oh,
before
John.
today be Friday, somebody go do live and mention my name. I beg you.
Somebody like who?
I beg.
That your Dumelo guy.
I beg you. I don't want to enter this matter.
I hear you.
They are both my friends.
I hear you.
And I just wish them well in their endeavors, in their peaceful endeavors.
I hear you.
Yeah. Victory.
It was there in 2020.
Yeah, so it's still victory.
When the NDC MPP won, they danced with your song.
Well, when the song plays is victory. Is victory for the NDC, and it's a nice song. It's a song that uplifts the soul. It's a song that just gingers everybody and marches all of us on to victory.
You have a huge following as an actor.
Yeah,
and some of your people who support you actually do not vote for you because they like your movies, they like your craft, your art.
Right.
But they are not sure if they should align with you politically.
Right.
Are you looking at using, say, Shatawale, Stoneball, Samini, Black Sheriff, any of them to go and campaign for you as well?
You know, this question is
Yvonne Nelson, your best friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Johnny.
Yes.
You
John.
know, this question is quite tricky. One thing I do is I don't force my colleagues to come and campaign for me. You do it out of your own free will. I might approach you and say, "Oh, I'm contesting, I'm campaigning. Would you like to help me?" If they say yes, fine. If they say no, fine. That's fine. I mean, it's a democracy. I wouldn't be disappointed if, let's just say, I reach out to somebody and I say, "Oh, can you come and help me to campaign?" The person say, "Oh, John, you know this." I'm not going to be disappointed because it's a democracy. Some people want to stay neutral. Some people want to be apolitical, and that's that. So I would not be disappointed if I call one or two of them and they say, they can't come. But of course, I'll be happy if they come. I mean, I've spoken to a few of them, and they have shown their willingness and preparedness to come and help me to campaign.
Fred Nyama, is he on your campaign trail?
Fred is my friend.
Is he on the campaign train?
Yes.
As what?
Oh, as
I know Madugu is on, Jerry John is on, a few other of the guys. John Terry, yes. What does Fred do on your campaign?
Oh, I think Fred, by virtue of the fact that he wanted to contest a couple of months ago, I think he's still on the campaign trail. I mean, he comes around, he volunteers, and so far so good.
Shatawale lives in your constituency?
No, he doesn't.
He's Legon?
No, he lives in Adjunga now.
He lives in Nigeria.
Yeah, Adjunga is not part of.
It's not your constituency. Yes. Would you be surprised if he comes to say, "John, I want to campaign for you"?
No, I wouldn't be. I mean, he's my friend, and so I wouldn't be surprised if he says, "John, make I can help you, make campaign." I'm surprised. Yes.
I see. Anyway, let's activate the phone line 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154, 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. My guest in the studio is John Dumelo. He's the NDC's parliamentary candidate for the Ayawaso-West Wuogon constituency in the Greater Accra region. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, boss.
Mr. Johnnie, my name is Mashoud.
Mashoud, nice to hear from you.
From Kanda.
Kanda, okay. Yes.
I'm telling you, John is going to win.
Hey, you are sure?
There's nothing can stop him. 2020 election, he won. But everybody know how the election went.
I don't know. Tell me.
Because it was rigged.
It was rigged, eh?
And yes,
by who?
Once beaten, once can never beat him twice. This time, we are promising the MPP that if they bring it, we'll match them boot for boot.
Hey, Elizato.
As John just said, it's going to be vigilant, extra vigilant, that NDC is going to match MPP. We will not sit down for them to snatch our seat from us.
I hear you. Mashoud, thank you very much.
John is everybody's man. He's going to win. No two ways about that.
Thank you very much, Mashoud.
Thank you, sir.
Grateful. Good morning.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa barakatuh. Kosami, how are you?
Oh, what is this?
Talk to me, sir.
Thank you. Good morning to, the NDC PC in the studio, John Dumelo. I think I like this guy. You see, all of us will pray that John Dumelo wins the Ayawaso-West Wuogon election. Why? because we are not making good use of the creative arts industry. Johnny, if you have failed, how are we making good use of the creative arts industry? So if we have set people in Parliament who have the knowledge, who have the know-how of the creative arts industry, I think they will have a lot. We are not developing the talents of the children in the constituencies and the district. The creative industry, art industry, is a very big industry, but we are not making good use of it. I pray, John, you will win the election and make sure Ghanaians will benefit from the creative arts industry. Have a blessed morning.
Thank you very much, Kusami. 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yes, boss. Energy.
Yeah. I just want to tell John, because I don't like the way he comment about the song you play. A campaign song is not a song to vibe on, but it's a song that is supposed to enumerate or spell out the achievements and what the government is coming to achieve. That's what people need to hear in the song, not just to vibe.
Okay.
So he and his people should work on that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Please, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you too?
I'm also fine. I'm calling from New Achimota. Please, my light has not come on.
Oh, was it?
Anyway, my greetings to John Dumelo.
Right.
John, please, what exactly are you guys doing at your various constituencies to boost our morale? Because we quite remember that last 4 years election, the victory was 100% for NDC. But because we were not vigilant enough, they took it from us. Me, for instance, I am doing my small campaign on my X page. What exactly are you guys also doing on the ground to make sure that victory has come on our side this coming year election? Please, I just want to know, give us some more updates so that we will know that when we are voting for our NDC and they are not going to steal our votes.
I hear you. I'm sure John can assure you that the ground is fertile. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Hey, boss, how are you?
Right, good morning. John.
Yeah, you know, tell me where you call from or big man.
This is Ascona.
Ascona. Okay.
Charlie, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
See, there's something they say, first food is not the food.
Okay.
I swear. This time around, if the NDP joke, any other hole, darling, any seriously.
I hear you.
NCBM, it will never happen again.
Thank you.
John is winning hands down.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny. How is life?
I'm greater than Accra.
I'm good for life.
Yes, sir.
And the life of
yes, sir.
Yeah. The only best thing I want to say is that my name is Jafet Dove.
Good to hear from you.
And what I want to say this morning is that we've seen a lot from MPP party, and who surely hand over the mandate to NDC to rule us. But the best of all thing that I want to tell Honorable John Dumelo is that if you are to be a king and somebody forced to take off your position, definitely that kingship will come to your hand. So you shouldn't worry about his side. The vote will be at his point, and he will be the winner at the end of the day. That is the only thing I have to say, Johnny. Have a good morning.
You too. Grateful that you could call. And John, so far, the calls, they all believe you will win.
Amen.
But the election day is what will decide.
Yes.
You have tried to dredge some of the drains. I've seen that. And,
yes.
And the assembly prevented you say.
Yes.
Why would they do that?
Well, first and foremost, before I come to that, I just want to respond to what one caller said about what we are doing to motivate them. I think everything is strategy, and we can't really put out our strategies out there. But I think sooner or later he will know what we are doing to protect the votes of course of all NDC sympathizers.
Hold on with that one. Let me pick this call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's 2K.
2K. 2K. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah. I live in Jungano, but my vote is in Ayawaso.
Okay.
I know John one-on-one. Face to face. I know him.
Okay.
But this time around, There's a song that Satawali said. You just drink your tea and you said you are comfortable in you are in comfortable league. They shouldn't bring that. So if he said they are vigilant, we are all behind. So I don't know. When you go to Ayawaso, that is where, when you are from Ajingano going to town, that is where you pass. I know each and every road there, and I can tell you some of the potholes. If you are a stranger in that area and you fall in, I think you'll be visiting Awudomi, not Kolobu.
Hey.
Yes, I'm telling you.
I beg you,
I've been
please.
passing there all the time. If you are a stranger and you are driving around Okonglo, going to Abedpele side, Ghana Link, and if you are a stranger, there's a manhole, deep one, when you are from Ghana Link towards Abedpele, where these Nigerian ladies normally come out in the night.
To do what?
To market.
How did you know? How did you know their nationality?
How do you know they are Nigerians if you don't talk to them?
Oh, I know. Why not? I live around there. There's a manhole there. There's a manhole.
How did you know their nationality? That's what we're asking you first of all.
Yeah, by their donation, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. But
so
you are concerned about the manhole, not the people.
No, I said the manhole. There's a manhole on the road. On the road.
We hear you. Thank you.
If you fall in that manhole, I don't think you'll survive it.
Nigerian dictator. Good morning.
Johnnie, good morning.
Julie, how are you?
I'm great.
Great.
Yeah, I think I'm enjoying the conversation.
Thank you.
One thing I like about John Dumelo is that he's hardworking, and I believe he will be the best candidate for his constituency. But I stand to correct him. He doesn't have the right to say that he's going to prevent some of the citizens to come and register in his constituency. I, for instance, I live in Kasua, but I went to register in Senya.
Okay.
So I think he should come back again.
Do you have something against you, Jain?
Oh, no, I don't have anything against him.
The way you are speaking, you went to
no, he has to, be in the right spot. I just like him, yeah.
Okay, I hear you.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. John, so at the, you dredging and then the assembly stopping you.
Yeah.
Why did they do that?
Okay, so before I come to that, I think the last caller, maybe she didn't understand what I said. What I was trying to say is there's a deliberate attempt to import votes. I know that you can go and register anywhere if you want, but that's what I'm saying. On the MPP's part, there's a deliberate attempt to bring in people to
populate
register. Exactly.
The place with
So because I know people who want to just register somewhere and vote, but in this case, there's a deliberate attempt. So, so I was stopped in 2020 from dredging. The excuse was one, they had already given out the contract to somebody to dredge. Two, they were going to construct the drainage. Up till now, they've not still drained it. Up to now, they've not dredged it. Up to now, the drainage has not been constructed. And so it's been 4 years and everything is still the same. And so clearly it was politically motivated to stop me because nothing was being done about it.
But if you had dredged it, how would that have contributed to anything for you politically?
No, so what happens is that whenever it rains, that whole place floods because the residents there are in a low-lying area. And so the drainage is quite big. And so when it fills up, of course, almost everybody gets flooded, or almost everybody's house gets flooded. And once you don't dredge it, the flooding becomes more. And so that's why I wanted to dredge it, so that it reduces the level of flooding, the volumes of water. They stopped me, and up to now, nothing has been done about it.
You don't mean it?
I'm telling you. You can go there right now. You can go to Westland right now. The back is that area, sober down, Coconut area. When you go there, nothing has been done about the drain. Nothing. Not even one cement block or some iron rods to say, okay, we are come to start the construction of this. Nothing. And there are so many drains and gutters in Ayawaso-West that are choked, that need to be dredged, that need to be constructed, and nothing is being done about it. And so when I say that the MP is a monumental failure, this is what I mean.
But you have a DCE too, MCE now, yeah?
Yes, you have. But
what does the MCE do?
That's the point. But the issue is about the MP. and the fact that you're supposed to lobby for these things to go on. You're supposed. So I wonder what she campaigns on when she goes to these places. Oh, Monto Abanima, Monto Ab. You've done nothing. You've really done nothing. And so one of the things I'll do, of course, is to tackle the drainage system in Ayawaso-West head on, desilt it, dredge it, construct new ones if they need be, so that there will be no. Have you seen Okponglo when it rains?
Yes, that side of the road that gets flooded.
In front of the stadium. The stadium. It floods. That whole place floods. Yet we have a sitting MP.
But what can she do?
Lobby for that whole place to be reconstructed. Lobby for drainage to be done. Isn't she supposed to be the new sanitation minister? Or she's waiting to be approved by Parliament? Even that is inconsequential at this point, because you are the sitting MP. You're supposed to make sure that the people who live and work in Ayawaso-West are comfortable and they go about their daily work well.
John Dumelo's regrets since entering politics.
I have no regrets.
You have no regrets?
Yeah, I have no regrets because I'm one of those people that believe everything happens to you for a reason. And so when bad things happen, I really don't regret it. I really think that it's supposed to happen, because life is about experience. Life is about trials and tribulations. Life is about overcoming obstacles. And so when things happen to me, it's a learning curve which we shall overcome.
If John Mahama wins power?
When he wins power.
Say again?
When John Mahama
I'm asking the question as a journalist. So you are speaking as a politician. So let's draw the line. Yeah, so I can...
Okay, so you are speaking... Yes. So let me speak about it politically. Yes. When he wins power. Yes. So let me rephrase your question.
What would John Dumelo become in the government?
I have absolutely no idea. At this point, that's not what I'm thinking about. At this point, I'm thinking about the victory of John Mahama. I'm thinking about my victory. And my victory is linked, or John Mahama's victory is linked to my victory. Once he wins, I win. Once I win, he wins. And so that is the collective
Two
goal.
things are placed on your table: agric and arts and culture.
I just want to win the election.
Two things are placed on your table. I just want to be... Would John Dumelo be a farmer and go towards agric, become a deputy minister there, or would you tilt towards arts and culture and become a deputy there?
I think I'll tilt towards the victory of John Mahama in 2025. That's what I'm focused on.
Talking beyond the victory.
Okay, so let the victory come, and then probably we'll go do interview, and then you can ask me. But at this point, I think I just want President Mahama to come back and save this country, and I want to be member of Parliament of Ayawaso-West Wuogon.
Parliament is not an easy place
at all.
Why do you want to still go there, knowing that the place is not a joke? It's not better like that. You have farming on your hand, you have acting here. You still want to go inside there. To do what?
Because there are people inside there. There are people there.
Right.
Yes. And the people there, why are they there? They are there to make laws. They are there to influence policy. They are there to amend laws. They are there to make sure that the country is run in a certain direction. And I would want to be part of those people who make those laws. I would want part of those people who I can boldly say that, okay, fine, I introduced this private members bill to deal with this situation and that situation, and because of this bill or this law, this is what exactly is happening to this country. And so that is why I want to be in Parliament.
Well, what does John Dumelo hope to leave as a legacy? Let's say you serve in Parliament for 1 term, 2 terms, 5 terms, whatever it is, and you finally bow out. What would you want to be remembered for as a parliamentarian?
I think I want to be remembered for the good things I did for Ayawaso-West Wuogon. I want the Ayawaso-West Wuogon that we want. It shouldn't be where it is now. We want to create an Ayawaso-West Wuogon where it's safe, secure, it's good to do business. Students shouldn't be afraid of, coming to school in Ayawaso-West Wuogon because there's security, the place is lit up. There are opportunities for the inhabitants. Rent is cool. We have 6 months rent, which is one of those things I'm trying to advocate for, that the law should be enforced. And so these are the few things that I would like to be remembered for as a member of Parliament. And of course, democracy evolves. And so as you move on in life, new challenges come and new laws are introduced. And so I'm sure as we move on, maybe my focus might shift a bit, or my policy direction might shift a bit in terms of implementation of the law.
They say the girls like you.
That's what I heard.
And so since you started politics, the girls have been making advances at you. Is it true?
No, that was a false reportage.
It's a false reportage.
Yeah.
They have not tried.
No.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Maybe it came and your PAs blocked them.
Well, it could be, or maybe it came and I didn't see it that way.
Okay.
But not that I know of, yes.
Because you were busy campaigning.
Pretty much, yes.
How do you switch when you mount the campaign platform? Because you're a cool, laid-back individual. Then you get on the campaign platform and it's as if something has taken over you. What happens between that time and when you mount the stage? What happens?
Because when you mount the stage, it's a different feeling. When you mount the stage, you are looking at the faces of people who want hope, the faces of people who want economic independence, the faces of people who want liberation, the faces of people who know that when the NDC comes, their lives will change. They will get jobs. There will be constant water. There will be constant light. There will be so many opportunities. And so when you get on that stage and you're looking directly into the eyes of the voter, it charges you to speak to their conscience. It charges you to say that I want to tell you what you want to hear, because what you want to hear is what you want us to do. And that is why we switch.
So you could plan a message, but when you get there and you see the people and what they're aspiring for, you say, no, scratch this, what we're thinking in the room. This is a different
direction. Because sometimes, yesterday, like, we were going on a campaign trail, I got somewhere and I looked around, I was like, oh, I'm going to say this. Then I started speaking to some of the people and I listened to what they wanted and I spoke to their conscience, I spoke to their feelings, I spoke to their heart. And at the end of the day, they were all happy because that is what they wanted to hear. Sometimes when you go on a campaign trail, you don't tell them what you think they want to hear. You tell them what they want to hear or what they want you to deliver when you become a member of parliament or the president of the republic.
How deep has politics drunk into your pocket?
Quite deep.
And you still want to continue?
Politics is expensive. You have to spend all over the world. I don't think there's any politician who is not spending to be in power. You would spend. But at the end of the day, it is victory that you want. But how deep is relative? Because somebody's 6 feet deep is different from somebody's 35 feet not deep. And so deep is relative. But of course, politics is an expensive venture. And the little money I make from my farming and, my other businesses here and there is what we use to fund it. And of course, little contributions. In fact, contributions from well-wishers and friends is what we use to fund the campaign daily.
John, I wish you well. Your closing thoughts. Your people in Ayawaso-West Wuogon are listening to you. What do you say to them?
Well, I want to say a good morning to all of you, and I want to say that change is coming, hope is coming, and we know that on the 7th of December, victory will be ours, not just for myself as a member of parliament of Ayawaso-West Wuogon, but, for the president, John Dramani Mahama, to be the president of the Republic of this wonderful country.
John Dumelo.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for spending your money with us.
I did for you.
We are always grateful. I did for you.
Yeah.
You have not stopped using that phrase.
I can't.